Welcome everyone, today we'll have Underlord's patch review. Yes, there was a big update on the 4th of July, and let's have a look what they are. Firstly, there are some fixes to the adjustment with the Freedom Mini update. We'll focus on the game updates for the gameplay. So generally those are acceptable, and the mobile is getting updated, that's perfect. Let's look at this. The Demon Hunters got a little fixed, which is okay with the visuals, and of course this is supposed to deny the demons. The highlight here is the tier 2 odds is going to go down at level 9, while the tier 3 odds are going to stay the same. That means if we're rolling at level 8, we can go to level 9 and roll for the tier 3, but ideally we want to be rolling for the 3 stars of tier 2 at level 8 before the rates go down. And of course, the level 11 rate is gained from the global item higher tier criminal. It used to be the 10% and 15% for tier 5 and tier 1 only, and now everything changes accordingly to the rates. It's okay, I think 15% for legendary was pretty high. That's how we found the 3-star techies as well. So rounds will continue another second after the units die is very important, simply because if that's the case, sometimes AoE spells like Enigma or maybe spells that have a DOT, damage over time effect, can kick in, allow us to kill the unit for the last second and reduce the loss of HP, which is very crucial, because every point of HP is going to matter. And sometimes you might be able to kill the enemy and score a draw as well. Let's look at the rework of the streaks. The losing streak is reduced from the 7+3 gold to the 5+2 gold only. That means it's going to be even harder to run a losing streak, especially with the change to the global item Silver Lining, which we'll touch upon. The win streak gold. Previously 7+ will earn us 3 gold. Now, after 7+, there's 8 wins, we got 4 gold, and the win streak will reset at 8 wins. So that means the dominating win streak leader will not always enjoy the unstoppable win streak, and it will get reset, so he have to accumulate 1, 2, 3, 4 again. So it's like a slight nerf to the win streak player, which is acceptable because if they're getting lucky with the draws and they're unstoppable, you give them infinite economy, then they just steamroll us. So this gives players a little chance because they're not so rich as before, but they're still very wealthy, for sure. Let's look at the items changes. 4 stuff is added, which we'll discuss in our tier list. It is an item that pushes the enemy. When that happens, there's a chance of pushing one of the crucial enemy into us, and maybe we can kill the backline first. Maybe it's a crucial unit like a Keeper of Light, so could be nice. Cypher Vice is very nice, simply because it will instant hex the enemy when he hit the hero that's equipping this item. So ideally, we might want it on the front line, hoping their front line initiators hit us and instantly hex that front line, which is very crucial. If we instantly hex a Tidehunter, maybe a Conquer, maybe a Disruptor, which is a massive buff to Disruptor. The item added is Big Time Contract. It is a tier 2 item equipped to allow this unit to become Bloodborne. I believe this item is more meme-worthy than practical unless we pick up the Bloodborns in the early game, which can be strong, especially with Warlock change, and Ogres are pretty decent. So we have to find out how good this item is, but it's not going to be on the top of the tier, but probably somewhere in the middle. Silver Lining is changed. Now it's more like, hey, you're winning, now you're losing, so let's compensate for that. Previously, if someone got a Silver Lining at the start, there's no way to stop them with a massive losing streak, and they come back so much stronger. So it is a nerf to the item, I believe, but it's interesting. So now when you're winning, you can pick this item as well. So not because you're winning, you can't get benefit from it. Massive buff to the Shamans, because 5% to 17% is massive. And if you know Dota 2, we love 17% with the Spirit Breaker. Blink Dagger is buffed. Now with 50 mana activation, if I remember correctly, Axe only requires 50 mana to call. So if you give Axe this item, he will blinking, he will AoE call, that's an AoE disable. I mean, they still hit the Axe, but your units will get the work done. And with the 15-second cooldown with the mana game, it's going to be interesting. And this item is definitely going up off the tier list. Tooth and Claw is fixed correctly, that's good to know. And Coordinate Assaults, again, it keeps getting fixed. I like it because this is a crucial troll item. Let's go to the heroes. Finally, Medusa Split Shot now slows secondary units. This means Skadi is so much higher in the tier list for the 3-tier units, the 3-tier items. Lycanwolves is buffed correctly, that's good. Venomancer got a slight change. Previously, he used to summon stronger wards with a fixed cooldown, I believe. Now he summons multiple wards as he rank up. So although the wards don't do damage, but with the Pharaoh attack item, they can do damage. The highlight here is they only have 50% magic resistance, which before it should be 100 from Dota Auto Chess, but maybe they have changed this. The cooldowns increase though, notice that. But again, if we give Venomancer Octarine Core, he can be casting at 5 seconds into 2.5 seconds, which can be strong even at level 1. Now the biggest winner for this update, I believe, is the Disruptor. He's no longer a Brownie Summon, he's a Brownie Summon Warlock with buffed up Static Storm. What more can a guy ask, right? AoE damage, silence so you can't cast spells, and also now you miss. And also the guy is a Warlock now, he alive still. Like, yeah, let's go Disruptor. Top tier for sure. We're gonna make the tier list for the units again very soon. Mr. Warlock. So Mr. Warlock is getting a slight change. I can't say this is a massive buff, but this is definitely not enough, because previously the 20 seconds was way too long. Now with 6 seconds, if you find the Octarine Core, you'll be going down to 3 seconds with 50% reduction. To see the end, the damage, healing is reduced, but although they are reduced, the lower cooldown is going to reflect that. The increase of cast point does help as well, so Warlock is definitely tailored for the early game, especially with the new item for the Bloodborne contract. Alliance change. Oh boy. Warlock now will help the lowest HP unit for the gain of health. That means units like goblins, well, not goblins, scrappies like Timbersaw, units like Tinker, who gets low and gain mana and cast a spell, can all of a sudden get a pretty decent lifesteal. And I think this is okay, but keep in mind, this only works for the lowest unit, so not all units are going to massively lifesteal if they're full on health. It'll be good if your unit is a front line. It might not be that good if your unit is a back line, but we shall find out as well. Shamans. Now require 3 summons. They no longer instant hex a unit, but now what happens is a unit that is hexed, silenced, or stunned will give more mana to those that attacks them. As a comparison how strong this is, imagine a tier 2 item, a Void Stone, gives 100% bonus mana on attack. This item is 2 Void Stone for every one of your unit. But of course, the catch is they have to be hexed, silenced, or stunned. But you might be thinking, hey, that's pretty hard. But 2 of the summons are going to stun or hex. So the stun comes from the Shadow Shaman with a hex, hex into a chicken. And the AoE silence comes from Disruptor, who usually is the front line. What that means is your units will be enjoying mana gain so much faster. So elemental summons, mages, even brownie shamans can be possible. But the catch again, is you have to have 3 shamans. So the Arc Warden is all of a sudden, it's going to be a placeholder, but if you run Crystal Maiden with Arc Warden and with an item that he can duplicate like a Dagon, this can be incredibly strong. So this concludes for this particular patch review. Let me know what you guys think. I think Brownie is definitely going up, Warlock is going to be interesting, and Disruptor is going to be a top pick hero for sure. Thank you so much guys for watching. Please subscribe for more reviews, guides, and tier list for Dota Underlords. Thank you, thank you.